Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Welcome to the live drive of the 2021 Chevrolet Corvette Z51. Now because this is Michigan, you never know what you're gonna get. It's about 46 degrees and not rainy anymore, but chilly, windy as it typically is for our live drives. So today's gonna be interesting. Last time we had a Corvette, as Nathan pointed out in the chat, it was actually snowy. So apparently GM just really wants us to show off how good the Corvette is in all sorts of driving. But this one is different than the last one because being the Z51, we are on summer rubber. This thing is set up to hit the racetrack because we are going to be taking it out to the track here in a few days, Gingerman Raceway. But today, for the next hour or so, we're going to be going around and showing you what it's like to drive a C8 Corvette and chatting with you to answer all of your questions about it. We're a little bit early, so we're just going to kind of start with a little bit of chatting, a little bit of looking at the car, probably go inside, listen to it warm up a little bit, and then we'll go back out again before hitting the road. So give us a few minutes and we'll start checking in on your chats. But I really like the color of this Corvette. I'm glad because the last two ones we had were gray, and I'm not a big fan of gray cars, especially gray sports cars. So it's nice to actually have a color with some personality today. We got the LED lights on, looking very characteristic. I'm still not a huge fan of the looks of the C8, but I do have to admit it makes a statement. I also kind of like these bright wheels, not quite chrome, no more chrome wheels for the Corvette, but a nice brushed aluminum, if you will. Going around that, we see, of course, our glass engine cover. We see right down to that Chevy 6.2 liter pushrod V8. And then, of course, the characteristic Chevy C8 rear, which I am a big fan of. Pretty darn neat. So for those of you who aren't in the know, the Z51 package is a little bit more of a sporty, go-fast bit of kit for the Stingray Corvette. So we're getting summer tires instead of all seasons, a little bit better brakes, probably a few more things that I'm not aware of. We do have this little bit of a wing, which looks pretty neat. Pop open the trunk here. You can see not only do you have a trunk area with a nice net, which I appreciate so things don't go sliding around, but you can fit a golf bag in here. Chevy says you can actually fit two. Might have to take the drivers out. And then you got your engine. That's it right there. You could reach down and do the spark plugs.
You'd have to stand in the trunk.
Yeah.
And lean over.
Yep. Yep. To give you guys an idea of the weather today, you can see Alyssa is bundled properly. Yep. Hat, gloves. Just the other day it was 90-some degrees outside, so, you know.
Dude,
that's just how it works.
We gotta leave this place. It is cold.
A little bit more of a boring interior on this one than the last one we had. This is the 2LT package. We do have our red seat belts, but then coming on into the rest, it's all a black affair. Our signal's not super fantastic here.
Go figure.
Go figure, yeah. It's very inconsistent, so maybe we'll get on the road here soon.
In the video.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And even the red. This is very much like a fire engine red.
Yeah, our signal is super trash. Yeah, I just don't understand. We live drive in the same area all the time, and some days it's excellent, and some days it's garb. I am going to try turning Chevy's hotspot off. And I would use the Chevrolet hotspot, except then every time we turn the car off, we'd lose connection. So, can I turn it off? Probably can't. Let's see.
Not sure.
Yeah, it's totally grenaded art. Let's see. No, maybe it's just always on. That's unfortunate. Because I feel like it was also the last Chevy, the Cadillac or something we had bad signal, and I feel like there was an interference. So I guess we could just always leave the car on and we could hook up to the Chevy's hotspot.
Okay.
All right, give us one quick sec and we will do that.
Nice.
All right, well, we've got full signal now. Let's see if the Corvette is great all the time. Oh, we're already dipped down.
Wow.
No! Well,
rough.
Let's just motor and see what we get.
I'll keep an eye on how the video looks. Oh, it looks terrible.
So even running on Chevy's hotspot, we can't get great signal.
Right. Well, that kind of just shows you what Chevy's hotspot's like and what it's like trying to drive around with it on.
Right. Yeah, well, at least I know it's not like the T-Mobile hotspot that's having issue.
Okay.
One thing this Corvette does have is the nose lift. So you press that button and the front of the car rises up.
That is pretty good.
Gets us safely over this speed bump because this thing is dirt nasty low.
So Moran, Yas, and King J Jr. both all say hi.
Hey guys, glad to have you in the chat.
Absolutely.
All right. Let you take that. We might switch back over to our hotspot here in a minute if this doesn't pick up. I was expecting the car's connection to be even stronger. Doesn't really seem like that's the case.
Are we on 720?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if we were on 1080p, we'd be having big problems.
Nice. Alright, cool. We seem to be doing okay in the chat there.
That's good.
Moran says when Chevy the Z06,
Yeah.
I might add one to the collection.
I wouldn't blame you, Moran. The Z06 C7 Corvette was one of the scariest cars I've driven, especially from the factory floor. So I'm sure the Z06 version of this is going to be absolutely bonkers.
Wow.
Well, maybe this button turns off the Wi-Fi hotspot. Try that in a second.
Well, don't try it because now we're connected to it.
Right. After we change.
If we do. It's so loud. I love that.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a huge fan of this car, especially in Z51 trim for the street, because it's just too good. There's too much grip, and it doesn't have the fun, laid-back characteristics of the C7.
That is your favorite generation, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. I really like the C7 bed.
Yeah.
Try to get down to our tire temperature gauge here so I can keep an eye on how cold or warm our tires are. I'll do that in a second.
Okay, yeah.
Actually driven the Corvette. You drove the first one we had.
I did, yeah. I did not go very fast in it at all.
No.
No.
You went highway speeds, but that's because we're on the highway.
But, yep. Yeah.
What else are people saying in the chat?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well let's do one more pause. We're going to switch back over to our hotspot since the Chevy system doesn't seem to be any better. In fact, it seems to be worse. Okay, back on the old Daily Motor MiFi. We seem to be good and strong for now. So, not a lot of places to put things in the Corvette.
No, seriously, they're not.
I guess I could put my phone in the wireless charger. Tucks in right there, and you can see, maybe.
Is it gonna start? There it goes.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So, what all would you like to know about the Chevy Corvette Z51? Go out for a little bit of driving, and then maybe come back and do a little bit of a walk around.
Yeah. What is this thing right here?
It's a speaker.
That's a speaker.
Yep.
Oh, I was trying to like open it.
Yeah. So obviously with the new Corvette, you have the signature instrumentation panel button, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, works pretty well because what you do is you set your hand to the side and then just click on what you want with your thumb. If you want a heated seat, you go right here. Click. Cold seat. Can you run both at the same time? No, you cannot. Just turn the HVAC down a little bit. You got your center console.
Yeah. We're snug in here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because Alyssa and I are going to do a 2.5 hour trip on Sunday in this.
That'll be fast.
Right. All right.
Nice.
You know, Moran, we were just talking earlier today, I was talking with Chris Brower about how it's a shame that you can no longer buy a Mustang GT 350, because he's never driven one out in the streets, only in parking lots, and it's kind of like the poor man's Porsche GT3, because it just revs so high and it's so visceral. Such a neat car, and Ford's not making them anymore, which I think is a darn shame. And I honestly think they're going to become collectibles.
Wow.
So maybe we should.
Do you think they'll make them again after a little bit?
Probably not. Big old 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. I just don't see much more of those in the future for cars like that.
Wow.
Probably all going to be electrics and hybrids and 4 cylinders. Yeah. Shame.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ron said he had a 2019 C7 Z06 and someone rear-ended him, destroyed it, and he misses it. Yeah,
that car, there aren't too many truly bonkers cars on the market these days, and that is one of them. That is a nutty car. I've never driven a C6 ZR1 or a C7 ZR1 for that matter, but I'm sure the ZR1's even crazier. I do love the amount of power in this car, because the high 400s, especially for sports cars being a little lighter, it's just the perfect amount of power to always be like, ooh, wow, that's fun. But not so much that you just feel like, okay, I cannot even utilize this on the street. I mean, I come out of this roundabout, I get going and put my foot all the way down. And yeah, I'm speeding, but it's not like I'm speeding up in triple digits or anything like that. So you get a few shifts without going straight to jail.
Going straight to jail. FIY9AL says hello.
Hello, FY9AL, whatever.
Yep. FIY9AL.
My tires are still cold, so we'll see if we can warm them up a little bit. Let's do sport mode. The thing is with summer tires is they've got higher limits than all seasons. But when they're cold, or when you do reach the limit, it's like an on-off switch. It's like you either have grip or no grip. Whereas all-season tires like to tell you, hey, we're running out of grip here, and that's when they start screaming. And then you're like, okay, I'm near the edge of my grip, I gotta be careful. So with summers, it takes a little bit more finesse of being like, okay, where's my limit? And it's gone. Shift for you when you're in manual mode. You hit that rev limiter hard. I don't love how when you get off the throttle and you're not on it very hard, like I'm on it about quarter to half throttle right now, you don't really hear the engine.
What?
Seriously, listen, I mean, you don't hear it. Like, you don't really hear much right there.
What was I hearing?
No, literally right there.
Okay.
Like it's just, listen to that. You can hear it, but it's not loud. It's only loud when I'm full throttle.
I think it's loud. I think it's all loud.
Compared to that M3 that we were driving last week, you can kind of just like lean on it and you heard sound all the time. This,
I see. It's a winding up kind of loud.
Yeah, unless I'm flooring it, this doesn't sound good.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Babyish.
When we made that turn back there and really deep fishtailed, how come we did that then? Was the road too at, or were there loose stones, or what was that?
It's just a little mix. I mean, any car you got to kind of get used to how much to give it. You got to play around with it a little bit to kind of learn where, you know, how much to push it out. And with the tires being cold, yeah, it just slid out a lot.
Gotcha.
Let's see.
The Pittsburgh Man is asking Ron what he does to get all those cars.
Yeah, sure he just has funds.
Funds.
Yeah, F-U-N-S.
Fun and funds.
Right. Fun with his funds.
Yep.
Looks like we're not going to get a very clean on-ramp here.
Also, the Pittsburgh Man says hello.
Hi, Pittsburgh Man. I feel like Pittsburgh Man would like the C8. I mean...
I feel like a lot of people would.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
Is this truck not going to get over? Is he just going to do 55 in the right lane?
There he goes.
No, this truck.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he totally is.
Okay.
We'll
This is what the Corvette sounds like on the highway at 55.
We'll have to do this part again.
The more high-performance versions of the C8, the engine's just going to be more fit for this car. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Chevy small block 6.2-liter V8. I would love to have a Camaro or a C7 Vette with this motor. But this car, the steering, the chassis, the suspension, everything is so high-strung and precise, the engine doesn't match its character. The engine doesn't feel high-strung, it doesn't rev out.
Oh.
So there's a little bit of a dissonance there.
There's some slight tire squeal there, just for like half a second, yeah. Not very loud.
Right. Like, I mean, that was a full throttle pull. We should be hearing some screaming banshee of a high-tuned, like, really, really stressed motor of some sort. That's a V8, a smaller V8 or something. And that's going to happen when they put the flat plane crank in this car. But this engine just doesn't, it's not there.
Says, good thing you have an Alcantara steering wheel for optimal grip in low traction situations.
Exactly, you know, I'm glad they put that on there.
Wow, that really killed it.
Yeah, it's tough with the Z51 package. That's why I'd rather have the non-Z51, because then you can just slice and dice with your all-season tires, and then when you go to the track, you're gonna have like Sport 4S's that you bought or something anyway, so yeah. I'm real slow over this because
bump.
Low.
Dirt nasty. Dirt nasty low.
Dirt nasty low. Don't get me wrong, I like the C8 Corvette. I think it's an amazing car. I'm just nitpicking, one, because I've spent a lot of time in the C8. This is like the 5th one I've driven. Very lucky in that.
Yeah, you are.
And also, any car, I mean, you just, once a car gets really good, you have to really hunt for flaws in it. So, yeah. No, I think they did an amazing job with this car.
Right. Also, I feel like the C8 Corvette is so well known, so a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that thing looks so cool, it's the best car ever, oh, how could you hate on it?
Right.
When, I mean, that's kind of like giving it way too much credit.
Yeah. No, it's very good, but it loses a little bit of its character.
Yeah.
It's not good. And Corvette's kind of in a transition period moving between like kind of Detroit American muscle to exotic car.
Oh.
And so we've got like the Detroit engine with like the exotic German chassis and characteristics.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is that a Miata over there?
It is a Miata. That's a cute little thing.
We should go park next to it.
Yeah, we can get an idea for how large this car is.
Seriously.
Or not large.
The Pittsburgh Man says, a C8 is nice looking, but when it comes to American cars, I usually would choose Dodge.
Interesting. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah, I would take a Hellcat over this just because a Hellcat's more fun and crazy. Now, if I were going to track regularly, I'd want this, obviously. But
look how cute that thing is.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to trade.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when we don't own this. And Moran says, at least 500 horsepower cars do hook with summer tires when the tires are warm, but my GT350 doesn't hook with Mickey Thompson ET Street R. Even in 6th gear, it blows the tires off.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what makes it fun, man. Gotta live a little. Anything else?
Nope, we're all caught up.
Okay, press our little door button. This thing's trying to cool itself off. I don't know why it needs to.
I know,
Plenty
it's
cold.
freezing out.
Ugh. Nice little sporty Miata. Does he have a roll cage? No, just some roll bars. Huh. And then the Vet.
Yeah.
Looking good in this dark red, almost like a lipstick red.
It is, yeah. It looks very
In the camera?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it doesn't look that orange in person. Pop the trunk. We can heat ourselves up with the engine heat.
Ooh. Yep.
It's like you could cook s'mores over this.
Probably. Oh, I feel the warmth on my face when the wind blows it right.
You got these vents right here. Go through. The Corvette has a very particular smell to it that I like. It's probably just associated with positive memories, but oh, these are Pilot Sport 4S's. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I would have these for the track, and then have the all seasons for not the track. Can you pop? I thought there was a button up here that you could pop.
It would be inside too, right?
Yeah, you definitely inside and on the key. I just thought there was a frunk button. Get out our handy dandy key, double tap. I don't know why the Tesla frunk doesn't work like this.
Well, there's no formal key. One.
No, I mean the fact that even when you open it from the car, well, first of all, this isn't working.
×2.
I'm pressing it twice. Oh, you have to press and hold. It doesn't say that.
Yeah.
The Tesla frunk, you still have to do the little thing. Like you still have to pull, like flap there's a latch.
I've never had to do that.
Yeah, you have.
No, I've never had to do that. I press the button on the screen inside or on my phone, and it.
Really?
And I just lift it up. I've never had to do the latch.
I thought it has a latch.
I think I drive that car more than you now.
Maybe I'm mistaken. Pretty deep trunk though. I like this.
Yeah, it's really super nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I think for the chats today, or the donations, I think I've got, we'll do a launch control for every $5 donation we get. And then I think, I don't know if I have anything above that.
You have...
At $20 I might have something.
I think you have $1 is a shout out.
Yeah.
$5 launch. $10 exhaust clip. Yeah.
Yeah, if we reach $10 total, we'll do that. Look, Chevy couldn't have been bothered to make the image of the car be matched to the paint color. I mean, come on, Chevy.
Yeah, it says no latch in the Tesla trunk.
Really?
Front.
Why am I guess I apologize.
You drive so many cars.
Maybe I'm just thinking because to close it, you have to do that like push thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they all just blend together for me.
They do. They must. This one won't, though. Bye, Miata.
Yeah, we should get in an Aimee Miata and live drive that. It'd be fun.
I love Moran's comment right now, because we're all thinking it. He answered the Thepittsburgh Man question about what he does to earn all those cars, and he says, I do have some skills up my sleeves to make the money for those cars, and those skills are not selling drugs. I do guarantee that.
You know what this is back here? It's a brand new Ridgeline. I kind of want to look at it.
Oh, the black package.
That's the top model. And it's interesting because there's an older Ridgeline down there, so we can kind of compare them.
Ooh, there is one.
Yeah. So we're getting one of these next week on Monday, but ours is white, so it's cool to see it in black. It looks fine. I still think it looks kind of weird. I do. It's the proportions.
Didn't you really like the
I do really like the Ridgeline. Yeah, that's one of my favorite cars. I'm just saying it looks weird. You gotta realize, I own a Chrysler Town & Country, so
yeah. Yeah.
Just because I like something doesn't mean it's without flaws.
Flaws.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
I almost think that older one looks a little better, but like they tried too hard on the new one.
Apparently that guy really likes Avengers.
Okay.
Martino is asking for a 0 to 60.
Well, I do have it down for $5 donations for 0 to 60 launch controls, but maybe we can just do any sort of donation. We'll do a launch control. How about that?
Charles, you gotta stick to what you put down because no one's gonna donate because they're just gonna be like, and like if I just wait a little bit longer, he'll just like ignore the donation amount anyways because I know he wants to do it real bad. We can't do that.
That's not fully true. Maybe, you know, you gotta adjust to market supply and demand, and if we price too high, we have to adjust. I'll do it just for Martino. How about that? Martino, if he donates any amount, we'll launch this sucker.
Yeah. And keep in mind any Cash App donations, Daily Motor Cash App, hashtag
Daily Motor. Yep.
Hashtag Daily Motor. Any of those donations with that app are doubled. So
check out this rear view mirror.
that's pretty sweet.
It's a camera. You can go like that. And it's just a normal mirror that you can barely see anything out of, and then bloop.
I would never switch it.
Yeah, that's what Tesla
Never
means.
ever. Yeah. Steve absolutely loves American muscle cars.
Would you all consider this to be a muscle car? I don't know. It's a little more exotic than muscle.
Huh. What is the difference then?
I would argue a muscle car is big, broody, and large, and more about going fast in a straight line than going around corners really sharp like this. Like, I would argue that's not very muscle car-y. It sounds muscle car-y, but other than that, the characteristics of this car are sharp like a scalpel.
Oh.
Muscle car is more like a hammer.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Oh my god. Track out in South Haven, Michigan on Monday for Memorial Day. Best way to celebrate Memorial Day. American muscle or American
car.
Sports car, yeah, exotic car.
Right.
On the track where it belongs.
I've had this thing on the track at Grattan and it was excellent. So I expect it to be even better at Gingerman.
Nice. Very awesome. We got a $2 donation from Martino.
Hey, cool. Well, let's see if I can remember how to put this in launch control. Ooh, Camaro. Is he turning? No,
nope.
He's not turning.
Nice. Steve is asking how this compares to Peggy.
Talk about that in a moment. Let's see if I remember how to do launch control. Somebody might have to tell me. Every car's different. Sure, isn't it, Chief? Let's see, I'm in track mode. Do I have to go ESC off? Is that what it is? Let's see. Let's try that.
help from our viewers?
Yeah. If anyone remembers off the top of their head how to do launch control.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to do launch control. So you guys
maybe it has to be in Z mode. Is that what it is?
At your computers, look it up for us, and then tell us in the chats how to do it. Charlie
Sport
just
traction on.
drives too many amazing sports cars, and they're all different with how they do launch control.
It's true. Alright, I think I might have it now that I'm in sport mode. Sport Z mode. There's too many modes in this car. That's the one thing I like about the Supra, is it's literally just normal and sport. That's it. Let's try this.
Definitely gotta do that again.
Since Martino did donate $2.
$1 for each launch control. Here you go, Martino. Did you guys feel that shaking, or at least hear or see it?
Yeah.
Man.
The tires are fighting for it. They're cold and it's a little wet outside.
Yep.
Thank you, Martino.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Maybe we'll even have to do, maybe if we get other donations, we'll do a few with Alyssa standing outside.
Oh, that would be a great idea.
We'll see if I come back for. Father, get out of here. Cool. Yeah, this is kind of neat. It's got this Z button. You press that and then it turns everything super hardcore, but you just press it again and then everything goes back to normal.
Huh.
Nice and quiet.
Keep it in hardcore.
Okay.
What's our gas mileage like?
Our fuel economy this drive has been 7.8 miles per gallon. Which is the main reason we ask for donations from all of you, because we need to fill this thing up. So,
Yep.
you watch, we use it, and we put it back.
Oh yeah.
What's going on in the chat?
We have. Oh, how does this compare to Peggy?
Pretty much better in every way other than practicality.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yep. Peggy, if you guys do not know, is Charlie's 2006 Town & Country Chrysler minivan.
Yep.
It's pretty much his utility vehicle. Almost always keeps all of the seats except the passenger and of course the driver all the way down so that we can stuff it full of stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
This doesn't have as much interior practical space.
Yeah, there's virtually none except the front, which is quite deep.
There are some door pockets, and I do like how they managed to integrate those, because you can put your phone and wallet and sunglasses in there, and then you got water bottles here, and you can do a phone right there, and then there is a glove box too. So, yeah.
Which I can't reach because the seatbelt won't let me go further. But that's the button right there for it.
Once the tires heat up on this thing, the turn in, it's just so, it's like,
Okay.
That's fun.
Nice. Steve says, yes, compared to the European cars, a supercar really, but at a fraction of the price.
Yeah, I mean, the for how good this car is for the price, it's just bonkers.
Yeah.
It's so good.
How much is this one?
82.
82,000 for this.
Right, but this is the fully loaded interior. I mean, Alcantara steering wheel, heated cooled seats, top level Bose audio system.
Yeah, look at this giant speaker right here.
Yeah.
Really nice, really pretty too.
It's no, it's great. If you lived in like a mountainous sort of area or went to the racetrack regularly, this would be an excellent option.
Probably a must too if you were into cars like that.
Yeah.
And could afford it.
Right.
Yep. Ron says that wheel hop was intense. That's coming from the car man himself, right, with a 910 horsepower. What is that, a Mercedes?
Yes.
Would you label that a U-turn?
Yeah. Let's go with that. It's a very well dialed in chassis. It really is.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was so smooth too. It didn't feel like it's like pulling you. You went along for that ride.
Right.
That Ford coming up is like, what?
Yeah, this thing is getting better and better as the tires heat up.
Nice.
Where are we at now? Let me see.
What's our tire temp?
Up there it says normal now. Down here where my finger is, it said cold when we started the drive, and then it said cool. Now it says normal.
Gotcha, I see.
Yep.
All right. Steve says, no room for a large screen TV though.
That's true. We did just move a large screen TV in Peggy.
Yeah, no room in this one.
Right.
Absolutely not, no. The perfect car is asking when you're getting a Genesis GV70.
He probably means the facelifted one, even though I guess we haven't had a pre-facelift either. But I just requested it. I don't think they're in the press fleets yet, so probably like August.
Got it. Cool.
I'm not a huge fan of the G70. I think it's overhyped. That's how I feel about the GV80 too. My favorite Genesises are the G80 and the G90.
Okay.
In fact, Car and Driver just did a comparison between the Mercedes E-Class and the Genesis G80, and they picked the G80. It's impressive.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. The Pittsburgh Man says we need a box test of space between the C8 and the Town and Country.
I can tell you, this would be like one box maybe. The Town and Country would be like 20.
Yeah. Yeah. I really, that van is so impressive. I went and got, 6 art van size, like, dining room chairs and fit all of them in that van. 6 of them. And I was so happy and so impressed all in one trip too.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was awesome. Jonah Campbell says hi.
Hello, Jonah Campbell.
And he's also wondering how the Chevy Corvette Z51 compares to a Ford GT.
Well, that's a pretty broad comparison, if you were. I have sat in the new Ford GT. I've never driven one, so I'm going to say quite different. I'm going to say the GT is much more, just based on the fact that you could buy 5 of these for the price of the GT, and I would probably rather have the GT.
Okay.
I'd rather not pay for it.
How much is that?
$400,000.
Oh, okay, man.
Yeah, it's a
Jeez, Jonah, what were you thinking?
bold step there.
I had no idea what a Ford GT was, or even what the comparison would be like when I was reading that question off. Man, I've got a better idea now. So, Nuke Fishy Dude.
Hello, Nuke Fishy Dude.
Hold on. There we go. Alright. Wants to know if you like the C7 or the C8 first, and I imagine that he did not hear your answer before.
I'd take a C7. I think the C8's a more impressive car, but the C7 is better for having fun and just being a cruiser, a daily driver. The C8's better for being a race car.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay. I think you're debating on what to do here. Is that correct?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We're only running on 4 cylinders now.
Why?
This car does that to save gas.
Oh.
Every now and then you hear that sound. Just listen for a sec. Listen and... Right there, it just switched over. It's very subtle, but
I heard like a click.
Exactly.
Wow.
Shuts off 4 of the cylinders.
Does it notice that when you're like driving normally?
Yep.
And normally, I mean...
Easily, yeah.
Not like a hooligan.
Right, exactly.
Like you guys are all wanting us to do every second of this live drive.
But that's only 2 clicks away from going.
Nice.
Yep. That's what this car is always asking to do. It never just wants to putz.
Right. No putzing around in this thing.
Right.
You don't pay for putzing. Skylar Allen says the C8 Z8 is way better than the C7 Stingray.
Yeah, I mean, it's better on paper, it's better on a track, but I'd rather have a 7-speed manual, engine in front of me, big long exhaust pipes in the back, gurgling and burbling all the time, and just being able to hang the rear end out nice and easy and just feel chill and like a badass. This is more like, oh, come on, let's go faster, let's race, let's turn, let's go. It's always tugging at you, not the good way.
Huh.
The traction control.
Is that something you can just turn off? The track? Oh, okay. Got it. Skylar says the Z06 will smoke the C7 Stingray though.
Oh yeah.
But for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, the Z06 will be a better fit for this car. It just will.
Yeah. Yeah.
This engine doesn't have the right character for the rest of the car.
So Charlie Ansel is asking for a sound test in an Audi A8L or a Q8
Okay.
with the $5,000 Bang & I hate that word. Olufsen system.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I'll try to get my hands on one. I know we're getting an Audi RS6 Avant in a few weeks, so that will be a nice one. I am looking forward to that a lot.
What is that car like?
It's a wagon.
Ooh.
High performance.
Okay.
And looks great.
Oh.
Yeah.
3 of some of my favorite things.
Right, exactly.
I love wagons.
Swaggin' wagon.
My first car was a wagon.
Yeah.
It was a bangin' wagon.
Was it?
No. Moran says if a U-turn doesn't generate much smoke, it would be a true American U-turn. You can include more smoke, but it would be less stealthy. Neat. Oh, are we going to a particular parking lot?
Nah.
No?
Just going this way.
Okay.
Even though our signal always tanks over here.
It might, yeah. Oh, it's starting to. Nuke fishing tape. Did you mention at all when you're talking about that G70? And when you were gonna do a review on it?
Yeah, August. I think it's probably
should be August.
Yeah.
Nuke. Just wondering when the review will come out.
Gotcha, probably August.
Yeah. Yep. Stay tuned for that one. Steve says, too bad premium gas prices are what they are.
Yeah, that's why you guys should all donate. You know,
Yeah.
if you just chip in $1 or so, then it'll pay for our gas. Because I'll tell you, we've definitely spent more than $1 on this live drive, or more than $2.
$2 bucks.
Yeah, because our fuel economy is 11.8 right now, and we've driven 14.1. So,
Jeez.
$5 worth of gas right there.
I feel like it went up though.
It did go up.
Yeah.
I've been driving easier.
Yep. This road is wonderful.
Yep. I feel like they purposely leave it kind of crappy so that people don't do 150 down it.
You could totally easily do that because it's so straight.
Yeah, look at this as we straighten out right here. It's right next to, well, it runs along an airport, so it's just, boom.
Yep. There's the airport.
Got a chance?
Nope.
Okay.
No chance.
Not a chance. Yeah, well, we're going to drive around for another 10 minutes or so. And we've got a fun weekend planned, as Alyssa mentioned. We're going to be taking this and the M4 manual out on track. So that'll be neat. And then we've got the new Honda Ridgeline coming in next week. So that'll be good as well.
Nice.
Yep. What other cool cars? We got the Avant scheduled. We've got a Mercedes E-Class coming in a few weeks. We have, I think, a new Santa Fe Hybrid, which should be good. Volkswagen Jetta. Pretty boring. I am trying to get the new Kia Carnival in soon, so Thepittsburgh Man and I will be excited about that.
The Carnival.
Yep.
There's another straight one. I actually see what you mean now about the engine not being very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
unless you're really on it, it's quiet.
Yeah. And you can't be really on it all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Ron's wondering what your thoughts are on that VW Taos that you had earlier this week.
Oh, it's pretty good actually. I'm impressed. It's, you know how, like, the old Golf was always like a good car for its segment? The Taos is kind of like that too. It's like, okay, I would pick this over some, but I'd still pick a Hyundai Kona or Venue over the Taos. Nice. But it'd be close. If you want kind of the niceness of the Volkswagen, then go with that.
Sweet. Cool. Nice. Skylar Allen just donated $10. Thanks, man.
Wow, cool, thanks. Well, that means... oh, go ahead.
He said, get yourself some gas, winky face. He's got a 2020 Corvette C8 as well, and it gets way better gas mileage than the Colorado Z51 he had.
Yeah, no, this car actually does get really, really good gas mileage for what it is. It just doesn't get good gas when you're flogging it. But when we did highway fuel economy test of this thing, I mean, it does great. So,
what did you get?
Thank you. I think it's been a while, but it was like upper 20s, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. Well, for that, we will go out and do some exhaust clips, and we'll also do a few launches. So let's get through this section, because the airport air traffic control tower gets a little mad when you bust through the speed limit on these roads, and the speed limit's 35, so you got to keep it under 70.
Nice.
Fun fact, one time the TOPher got stopped. It's like his only time, knock on wood, that he's been stopped. He was in something really cool, like a McLaren or a GT3 or something. He had been doing over 100 on this stretch.
Oh my gosh.
And then it got to the end, and there was a cop here at the end, and they were like, hey, the air traffic control tower called it in that you're going way too fast, so please slow it down.
They didn't give him a ticket or anything?
No.
That's awesome.
I think because they didn't technically catch him, like the cops didn't, it was just the airport that did.
Wow,
so.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Martino said he added a JBL subwoofer to his non-Bose Mazda 3, and the sound system is a lot better.
Cool. Well, that's good to know. I'd be interested to try a non-Bose Mazda 3, because they always just send us the ones with Boses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So it's pretending to be an SUV. And it looks like a knockoff Explorer.
Those are both good points, but hey man, if it works, then I don't think any buyers are going to care. You know, I really don't.
Yeah.
I forgot that our signal isn't great around here either.
No.
Corner. It says to do it at 15 miles per hour. Can we do it at 30? Oh, almost. Anything else?
We are caught up for now.
Cool. Well, was it Steve who donated?
Skylar.
Skylar. We will do a launch and some exhaust clips in just a moment here. Just get around the airport.
Nice. Wow. Steve agrees with Skylar about the gas mileage, comparing the C8 with the Colorado. And he said as long as you weren't in the throttle too much, the gas mileage was good compared to the 15 Chevy Z51 Silverado that Steve had.
Yeah, it's trucks tend to get pretty awful gas mileage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But truck stuff.
Truck stuff.
You gotta do truck stuff.
Right. When you got a truck, you can do truck stuff.
Yeah.
I wish we could just go out on the runway and just...
That would be awesome, and then kind of just like take off. Go so fast so we just like get air. Nice. Oh boy. says, if someone were to donate $100,000, what would you buy?
Well, it depends on if it were a Cash App or YouTube, because YouTube would take 60 or 40% of it. But
yeah, rough.
If it was a $100,000 donation and we had to buy a car with it, I'd try to find something that was going to appreciate. So probably a decent condition GT350. And I'd have to think what other sort of cars are going to keep increasing in value. You know, I think E90 BMW M3 is not a bad idea, but I really don't feel like doing BMW maintenance. 100 grand. Maybe, honestly, maybe like a C6 ZR1. I think would be pretty sweet. Because C6 Corvette ZR1 was like a huge engine, just bonkers fast.
Okay.
And just like aggressive and masculine and cheap interior and just like all about excess.
Wow.
Speaking of excess, do a little launchy McLaunchter here.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, or it's not if I remember correctly, I'm curious if launch control will work with the traction control on. Let's find out, since we're in Z mode. No, so traction control does have to be on. Okay. No?
Oh.
Oh, it's not traction control, you have to press Z mode. You have to press it once and then do it again. Now it's in PTM Sport. Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
That's awesome.
Cleaned off the tires, let's try it one more time, because it was definitely...
We also got to do one with me on the outside.
Yeah, we'll do that too.
Why are you asking? Are you going to make a nice donation? One can only hope.
You could just come up and donate his GT350.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. He'd probably miss it too much though.
Yeah, that's true.
Woo! Nice. Ooh, the only thing is, if I'm on the outside,
yeah,
we're connected. No, we're not.
No.
No, we have the Wi-Fi.
Right.
My bad.
Let's let this car go by.
Okay.
Scope out the area.
Spaces. Nuke Fishy Dudes is asking if you're excited for the QX60 reveal date.
No.
Why?
QX60?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize there's a new QX60 coming out. It's about time. That thing's old.
So are you? Are you excited?
I guess I'm excited for it to come out. So if that's how you want to translate it. I'm excited as in like, okay, about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm skeptical about Nissans and Infinitis these days.
They're not as good as they used to be.
Right. I want them to succeed. Don't get me wrong. They just haven't been showing promising signs. Alright, so I think what I'll do, they'll let you off here, and then I'll launch it, and then I'll come back and grab you.
Okay. And we have to do some exhaust clips.
Yeah, we'll do those in the lot by the airport.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice, nice. Let me out.
That sounds good.
It does sound really good. It's gonna be windy though, guys.
Ready?
Yes. Was that a proper launch? Didn't do any shuddering. Another one? No. Let me in.
Was it cool?
It was cool. Did it shudder as much inside?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not awfully. I think these tires are just, you know, it's...
They're warmed up now?
Well, they're trying to be. Let me see if we still have normal temp or if they cooled down. Yeah, we're at normal.
Nice. 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 Moran says if he buys a new F450,
yeah,
he would tow my his GT350 there for a review.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'm sure we'll be out to SoCal at some point next year anyway.
Yeah.
We can do it there too.
For press trips too.
Yeah.
Yep. That'd be an awesome video.
Yeah.
Collab.
Yeah, just filming Moran's fleet would be a whole week's worth of fun.
Yeah. What would be really cool is if we had a traveling car review channel where we just go to a bunch of different people.
That'd be really cool.
And review their fleet.
You're right.
Their personal collection.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty sweet.
Pretty neat.
Skylar's like, awesome, that thing's fast.
Yeah, it is. You betcha. Front end lift. Oh, lift system unavailable. Can't do it very fast. That makes sense. Don't want the car to take flight.
That makes sense.
Alright, well, let's do a few exhaust clips and call this one a day. Appreciate you guys coming on along and enjoying the excellences of Chevy engineering. That's the cool thing about Chevys. When GM in general, I should say, when they put their mind to something to make something really good, they do an awesome job.
Yeah.
They just also short out on other things, like they're like everyday cars, things like the Chevy Blazer. Trash. But then something like this, they do an amazing job at. So the engineers in Chevy Performance and GM Performance in general are really quite good.
So Martino has an interesting comment. He says, I don't like electric door handles because they are fixing something that isn't broken. And an old man died in his Corvette because the battery died and he couldn't get out. And Steve says, I heard about that old guy. What a way to go. And then Nuke Fishy Dude says, there's an emergency door handle or a button. It's
right.
that thing, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's not?
Oh, wait. Where were you pointing?
Down by the door here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a whole lever and you can just whoop, pull that.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I get the argument that it is trying kind of fixing something that isn't broken, especially for cheaper cars. I think I could see it on like exotics where you have a really unique door situation.
Or something where you have to like remove the steering wheel in order to get out.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, you want to hop out and do a few exhaust clips?
Yeah. I also kind of want to try this handle at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it now.
Well. Wow. Just like that.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing came out. It's just that. And the door opened. Cool. Poor guy.
They do know how to make it aggressive.
Yeah, hopefully you guys actually could hear that over the wind too.
Yeah, it is a bit blowy out here. Cool, well, do we need to catch up on any final shots?
Yes,
okay.
We do actually.
I'll block the wind.
Thank you. Charlie Close, I've got a 2020 C82, still loving it.
Cool.
Oh, we should do this inside.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. We want to show you guys the car, but we also want you to be able to hear us, so get out of the blusteriness.
The the wind just it picked up a lot.
Yeah, and it's always windy here because of the airport.
Yeah, there we go. Moran says the main reason I couldn't send the GT350 is that it runs on E90 race fuel, and no one tows a car with 4 barrels of race fuel. Except
our race team?
Our race team, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but even we don't have race fuel, we just have normal gas. I mean, we got cans, so we can put race gas in it.
Steve says, nice job, guys. Cool review on the Vette. Cheers.
Thank you.
Nice.
Stay tuned in a few weeks. We'll have a track review of it.
Yep. Yep. Martina's still salty about the electric door handles.
Fair enough.
That's fine. Yep. Yep. Steve says that old guy apparently wasn't aware. Maybe he couldn't reach down to it. I don't know. Something. Yep. Rip. Sounds really good for stock exhaust too, says Skylar. And Yas says the car feels a little soulless. Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, in some ways, it's as cars get really good, it's harder for them to have character and soul when computers are doing so much of the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those electric door handles. Takes the soul right out of it.
Yeah. So no, the Corvette's an amazing car. It really is. They did an excellent job with it, but not without some compromise. And some of that compromise is it's like the opposite of a Miata. It's less direct, less intimate, and more dialed in. Yeah. Yep.
And cool. The car doesn't have some sort of compromise or some flaws.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the least compromised cars are in the market. The Volkswagen GTI is definitely up there with like just the best everything. I mean, its main compromise is the fact it's front wheel drive. Veloster N is also pretty darn good in terms of little compromise, but it's not a ton of driving feel in that. Yeah, there's no perfect car. No. I'm trying to think of what.
Nor should there be, because you can always upgrade, change, do something else.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what car was really good that I actually really liked as a driver's car was the TOPHER's BRZ. The TOPHER had his BRZ dialed in really nice, and that was the stock BRZ I'm not a huge fan of, but the mods he did made it really good. So, yeah. Nice. Nice. Any last chats?
Yeah, says it still looks fantastic though. Yeah.
I still like the C7 looks better, but it looks cool. It's very showy. Yeah.
Yeah. People are like, oh dang, that's a Corvette.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh dang, is that a Ferrari? And you're like, no, it's a Corvette. But,
yeah.
Right.
Quite different.
Right. Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We typically end outside, but it's windy.
And cold.
So we'll end in here. And we'll see you next week on Tuesday with no, we're not gonna have the rich BMW M4, the manual.
Nice.
Yep. That's what we'll have. Yeah. So neat.
Maybe I'll do some stick shift.
Yeah, maybe we'll put Alyssa behind the wheel again.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll let you guess though.
Right.
Yep.
See you next week, everyone. Have a good weekend. Is that live?